It's pay-per-view time. UFC 316 is going down tomorrow, and if these fights are any bit as good as Trump versus Musk, we're in for a treat. Arianne de Silva, or you might know her better as Arianne Lipski, misses weight by 6 pounds. That's the size of a cat. That is what you call an intentional action. Okay? Do you think she thought she was going to make weight? You think she thought that yesterday? Probably not even the day before, right? She chose to not cut. Normally, when people miss weight, big red flag. But in this case, with a 6-pound no cut, depending on the circumstances, it could play to Arianne Lipski de Silva's benefit, because when Wang is cutting all that weight, right, she has to drain her body. You got somebody who strategically chose to not put themselves through that. Will that help her cardio in the third round? That is possible. The pick was Wang. The pick is Wang. However, it's important to point that out. Folks, we got an entire pay-per-view card. I'm going to start at the bottom, go all the way to the top, give you guys my full card predictions and post weigh-ins, of course. Let's start at the bottom. Khaos Williams and Andreas Gustafsson. Gustafsson's a beast, okay? Gustafsson brings the heat. Gustafsson can box. He can wrestle. He's a physical specimen. He's a UFC newcomer, but the guy can get in a fist fight. My thing is he's wild. Okay? Khaos Williams is too fucking dangerous for me to be picking Gustafsson in his UFC debut. The guy had to cut weight twice. First time he didn't have to cut all the way. They were doing like a catch weight, right? 10 pounds up. Still, he's on back-to-back cards. I think they could have given them, first off, more time in between cards. Okay? They did the same thing to Markel Medeiros, who I'm sure we'll get to next. They could have given him more time in between cards, and they could have given him not Khaos Williams. Jesus! Khaos Williams is a huge problem. Khaos Williams has one-punch knockout power. It is an issue when you're in your UFC debut and you get a little tired, and especially somebody like Andreas Gustafsson who likes to bang it out. He swings big, wild shit. You can punch him back. And I think he's getting hit back. Khaos Williams knockout. Markel Medeiros and Mark Choinsky. Choinsky's looking ready to rock, okay? For short notice, that guy looks in shape. Looks can be deceiving. You know, any bodybuilder you see looks in shape. You ever done cardio with them, though? You know, they're not all built for it. They do cardio. So let me not, you know, bodybuilders also do cardio. But who knows if he gets tired on short notice, right? And then with Markel Medeiros, he was sick. The reason you pull out last week is because you're sick, and now you're good to fight next Saturday? Again, guys, can you give them a bit of a breather? You know, if you pulled out because you were sick, how about give me 3 weeks? A month? Is that okay? So a lot of red flags, a lot of strange happenings here. The pick was Markel Medeiros. I'll stick with it, but I don't know how he feels. Is he going to gas out because he's tired? Or does he feel great? He didn't really need to pull out last week. He was just being, you know, super cautious. I have no fucking idea. I would have to know the guy. I'd have to talk to the team, okay? And if you don't know the guy and you don't talk to the team, you don't know either. So just be careful. Markel Medeiros, you know, more of a mobile striker. Choinsky going to try to take him down. They're in the big cage. That should help the mobile striker. Killian Salkilled and Yanal Ashmuz. Killian Salkilled just knocked out Jubilee in 19 seconds. I don't think he's doing that here, but I do think his striking is much better. He could even hit takedowns here. Yanal Ashmuz is okay. bit more gatekeeper, gritty, tough. I can imagine them going long, but I do think Killian Salkeld should be able to dominate this fight. Killian Salkeld, big time favorite. He's getting a lot of love and a lot of respect. So, a hard guy to bet on. But when you look at the matchup, I don't see what Yanal Ashmuz does to take him out. I don't see it. I think Killian Salkeld's pretty solid here. Maybe that's why the odds are so wide. Azmat, Murzakanov, and Brenson Ribeiro. Brenson Ribeiro screaming at weigh-ins, looking jacked. But I think Murzakanov's got his number. It's puncher's chance with Ribeiro. Okay? He's going to swing this, or he's going to swing this real wide and real crazy with a little bit of speed on it. And he's going to try to take your block off. Murzakanov, better at boxing, better at striking, a lot better at wrestling. Just more ways to win this fight. It's a very obvious pick for me. Azmat, Murzakanov getting this thing done probably by finish, probably by knockout. But if he wants to grind him out, he's got that plan B to go as well. I think he could dominate Brenson Ribeiro. Brenson Ribeiro, though, scary motherfucker. Better bite down on your mouth. Better not get hit. Okay? Forget biting down your mouthpiece. You just better not get clubbed with that shit. And then you're good. Brenson Ribeiro is going to get tired as the fight goes on. And, I think it's Azmat's fight. Joe Sang-Yo versus Jeka Saragih. Sang-Yu is his UFC debut. His grappling and striking, I think, is good enough. I do like his kicks. I think he could set up a head kick here. Jeka's been finished. He just got submitted in his last fight. Jeka, again, like it's a Yanal Ashmuz type thing. Lower level, not quite a gatekeeper. Can these guys get through the gate? I'm going to say that Sang-Yu can get through the gate here, but definitely not something I'm betting on. Sang-Yu can hit takedowns on him. That could be key. And again, I could see that head kick sailing up there too. Sang-Yu getting this thing done. Maybe they go long, though. Serghei Spivac and where's Waldo Cortes-Acosta? I love this fight. Love this fight. I've been picking where's Waldo for a while now. Okay? And where's Waldo can box, and he's big as fuck. Okay? Screaming at weigh-ins too. He's another one. He's bringing some heat. I like the energy. I like to see that shit. It's not like heavyweights have a bad weight cut or anything, But he's a big boy. My problem with him here is his grappling is not great. He did show takedowns in his last fight, which, I gave him out against Ryan Spann. But Serghei Spivac's ground game's a whole other level. I think Serghei Spivac can take him down here. And even in the striking, it's not like Waldo's got crazy one-punch knockout power. I was talking to my boy Kevin about this today. He doesn't shut people's lights out with one shot. That's helpful, especially in the heavyweight division where that happens. I think that Serghei Spivac can weather whatever storm and get on top of him. And once Serghei Spivac's on top of him, it should be a death sentence. Serghei Spivac's put on 20 pounds of muscle since we've seen him in the UFC. We've seen his skills grow. He's a type of heavyweight where he can finish you from his fucking guard. He is tremendous. I think Serghei Spivac submission very live here. Love this fucking fight. Cong, Wang, and Arianne Lipski to Silva. Arianne Lipski to Silva weighs in 6 pounds overweight. Jesus. Arianne. What the fuck? Just decided not to cut weight. So she has to give up a percentage of her purse to Wang. Wang's got to love that. Solid last name, right? I think that Wang can out kickbox her. I mean, it could be close. This thing could go to a decision. It's interesting that she didn't cut weight. Like, is that going to help her or hurt her? What's going on? Like, why didn't she cut weight? These are very important questions. The pick was Cong Wang, and I'll keep it, but interesting. Interesting, Arianne. Interesting. Bruno Silva versus Joshua Van. Everybody's slamming Joshua Van. Everybody's on Joshua Van. Everybody just jumped on the boat, and they love the boxing and the defensive wrestling. Y'all must have forgot. Bruno Silva's got some game, okay? Bruno Silva's got the karate stance, so he doesn't just like stand in front of you and box, which is what Joshua Van thrives doing. And on the ground, he's better. I'm not even sure he wants takedowns, but if he does, if it does hit the floor, Bruno Silva's jiu-jitsu is going to be better than Joshua Van's. Joshua Van's defensive wrestling is nice. You guys saw that in his last one, and the boxing is nice. So I'm still going to pick Joshua Van, but it just seems that everybody else is more confident in Van than I am. I think Bruno Silva is a tough customer. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's that people don't value Bruno Silva the way I do. What? Because he got beat up by Manel Kopp? Manel Kopp's fucking world class. Manel Kopp is like one of the best fighters out of the UFC, and now coming into the UFC. Looks great. Just beat Asu Almabayev. Like, come on, man. Manel Kopp's real good. So Bruno Silva is going to be a real test for Joshua Van. 5-1 or whatever the fuck this is. Not for me. Mario Bautista and Patchy Mix. My boys in the UFC. Patchy motherfucking Mix making his UFC debut. He's way better at submission grappling, and he's got weapons on the feet. Ask Rafian Stotts, who got kneed in the face for $1 million when Patchy Mix won the tournament, the Bantamweight Grand Prix in Bellator. I was there. Patchy Mix is another level in the grappling from Mario Bautista, and I really think that's where he shines. In the striking, it's going to be competitive. Mario Bautista has a pathway to be real technically sound, use that big cage to move around Patchy, just kick him, have kind of a boring fight. I mean, it's going to be as bad as the Aldo fight. No, Patchy's going to fight him. But, downsides on Patchy, he's been out for a year, okay? And it's hard to strike and close distance and get the grappling going with Mario Bautista. He's an interesting matchup, but I think he's going to climb on that fucking back, dude. Patchy Mix gets to the back, throws him on the ground, puts his hands on the ground, takes that back, strangles him with a beautiful rear naked strangle. I got to watch Patchy Mix roll at the UFC Performance Institute. He is world class. Okay. He's submitted top 5 middleweight. He's, training with a lot of the best guys in the world. He's put a lot of rounds in with Merab, and he told me about sparring with Merab. But Patchy Mix is world class, folks. Seen it with my own eyes in Bellator. Seen it with my own eyes in the gym. Patchy Mix can get this thing done early, too. Patchy Mix via submission in his UFC debut. And yes, I'm rooting for him. Kevin Holland and Vicente Luque. How dare they price Kevin Holland as a 2.5-1 favorite over Vicente Luque? What the fuck? Vicente Luque's not done. What, because the brain thing? He looked great in his last fight. Vicente Luque's nasty on the ground. He's better at everything except speed, like fast hands. He's stronger, better kicker, better in the clinch. I mean, Kevin Holland can be kind of surprising, but you kind of bully him. And on the ground, I think Vicente Luque's got him too. What the fuck are y'all talking about? Vicente Luque, 2.5-1 dog. I'm on him over Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland's got fast fucking hands, man. Don't get me wrong. Jacare Souza was on top getting punched in the face and slept. Kevin Holland's got hands. But I don't think that's enough here. I think Vicente Luque, listen to his team. They're like, he's looking better than ever. It doesn't sound like bullshit to me. He looked good. I was watching him move. I was watching him do his not live. I'm in Huntington Beach, if you guys couldn't tell. But, watching him move around, hitting pads and all that, it looks fucking better than ever. Real fast, real good, on point. They say he's on point. Best camp. Fuck it, I believe it. It's not like it's Tito, right? Every time Tito Ortiz fight, I had the best camp ever. First time being injury-free. After the fight, Tito's like, my neck, my back, my pussy, and my crack. No, I'm just kidding. Vicente Luque. Dog money. Joe Pyfer versus Kelvin Gastelum. I love Kelvin Gastelum. He was my neighbor for a while, but he's fat. And he's not in his prime. And Joe Pyfer's the biggest middleweight in the fucking division next to Rainier de Ridder. I was just talking about that fight today. Rainier de Ridder versus Joe Pyfer. Sick, right? Kelvin Gastelum's getting put away, guys. All love to Kelvin, bro. All love to Kelvin. That big ass head's getting hammered by Joe Pyfer. I think Joe Pyfer puts a 2 down the pipe and puts him out. And if they want to, if they want to wrestle, let's wrestle then. Let's wrestle then. I think Joe Pyfer is going to be able to out wrestle him, out grapple him. Submission grappling is great. He's competed in, submission grappling at a professional level. Looks good to me, Kelvin Gastelum's like a high school state champ in wrestling. Doesn't use it that much, man. Just kind of a slang and bang, type of guy. He's seen a lot of good strikers over at King's MMA. I'm one of them. more of a submission grappler myself, but I think Joe Pyfer finishes him, guys. A lot of people are saying decision. Maybe, but nobody poisoned Joe Pyfer's taco this time, all right? You can't blame all of Mexico. Yes, Mexico is in that direction, okay? I'm going Joe Pyfer. We're in the title fights. Julianna Peña versus Kayla Harrison. Kayla Harrison's fucking huge. Huge. Kayla Harrison is huge. How does she make 135? It makes no fucking sense at all. Have you seen Kayla Harrison stand next to Merab? She should just give him a fucking noogie, okay? She towers over him. Kayla Harrison's massive. So yeah, at weigh-ins, people are like, yeah, she looks bad. Look at her other weigh-ins. Like, when is she happy to make 135? She's big as fuck. She's a fucking 155er. Cutting down to 135. So, maybe the weight cut, she doesn't look so good, but she's such a professional. I believe she bounces back from the weight cut. I believe she gets it done. I don't even think this thing goes 5 rounds. I think Kayla Harrison gets her out of there. So, Kayla Harrison, domination. I think Julianna Peña, as the champ being a 4-1 dog, you're like, damn, for real? No, for real. For real. Julianna Peña is not good at fighting. Let me not say that. She's got a dog in her, and she's shown up in moments, and you have to respect that, right? But her fight IQ, her overall technique level is just not championship caliber. So it's just amazing that she touched the title. It really is. Yeah, I don't see her doing shit to Kayla Harrison. I think Kayla Harrison's going to dominate her as bad as she did Holly Holm. I think Ketlin Vieira put up a better fight than Julianna Peña can. Kayla Harrison via submission. Merab Dvalishvili versus Sean O'Malley. Did I say it right, Merab? I'm sorry, okay? I see him at the gym. I say his last name wrong. We get off on the wrong foot. Merab was great. He even, when I'm talking to him, he's like, I'm like, who's next? And he's like, you for the title. And I should have been like, I would love to spar. It'd be awesome. It'd be great content to spar you. Missed that one. Dope. Next time he comes through. All right. Next time he comes through, I got you. He comes to train with Giga when he's in town. Las Vegas ain't too far. Merab Dvalishvili versus Sugar. I've seen you guys in the comment section. He says sugar with the hard R. It's not the only thing I say with the hard. No, I'm just kidding. Jokes. Sugar, Sean O'Malley versus Merab Dvalishvili. Merab, Merab throws wide punches with his head on the center line. When the going gets tough, Merab gets hit. But the guy's got a Kelvin Gastelum head. He's got a brick for a brain. And he is just able to take a good shot. And he's tough as fuck. And he doesn't get tired. Merab has the best cardio in the UFC. I was saying it was Bilal Muhammad for a while. We got to put Merab up at the top. It is incredible the amount of shots that he will shoot. It's in the 20s. Fight after fight. Who shoots 28 shots? That's fucking nuts. Merab is built for 5 rounds. Sean did not show us that he can defend the takedown. And it's not just that, right? Like, I was breaking this down when I picked Jack Della Maddalena dog money over Bilal. It's not just about the takedown. It's about, are you showing me urgency and technique on your stand-ups? Sean O'Malley's technique, okay on the stand-ups. The urgency, 0. And I can hear you at home, Mike. He had a hip injury. His labia was torn in his vagina. No, I know, labrum in the shoulder. I don't believe that once they get wrestling, Sean O'Malley's going to shock us. Okay? Maybe he pops up after the first 1 or 2, but what about 4? What about 15? What about shot 23? Merab doesn't give a fuck. And it's not like Sugar Sean marches you down and bombs on you. He's patient. He's mobile. I just don't see him getting it done on Saturday. You run this fight over and over again, Sugar Sean can find that chin. I mean, again, dude's got a big ass head. He throws punches wide sometimes. And, I think they've cleaned it up. I think Syndicate and, everybody Merab trains with, maybe Patchy. They've given him enough looks where he's straightening out his punches and he's able to spar or to fight better and more technically sound. Still, when the going gets tough, look at the fucking shots he misses. Even against Umar Nurmagomedov, and yes, I watched that fight back just the other day, he'll get wild, and it's like, Umar, you have to be, you could see Khabib like, oh my God, Umar, you got to go. You could see him having a fucking heart attack. There were openings to hit Merab, and Umar was not able to capitalize. There were moments in that 5th round. Go watch that 5th round of Umar and Merab back, where Khabib is freaking the fuck out in the corner saying, go, press him, go. Because there are moments where Merab will miss a big shot, and you got to be able to go. And we've seen Sean do that to Merab's teammate, Aljamain Sterling. But I think he's going to get out-wrestled. I think he's going to get tired. So if you're one of these people on Sugar Sean KO, you're not crazy. I can see it too. It's available. It's 100% available. But he's got 25 minutes in the cage with this Tasmanian devil. And I think he gets caught up in the tornado. I'm going Merab Dvalishvili. I think he's defending this title. All right? Top to the bottom now. Merab keeps the title. Kayla Harrison beats the fucking brakes off of Julianna Peña. Joe Pyfer smashes Kelvin Gastelum. Vicente Luque, the dog bites Kevin Holland. Patchy makes his UFC debut. Yes, he's been out for a year, but I do believe he finishes Mario Bautista. Patchy is world class. Bruno Silva gives Joshua Van a better fight than y'all are thinking, but Joshua Van gets it done. Arianne Lipski to Silva and Cong Wang. Who the fuck knows? I'll go Cong Wang, but it's a fight for sure. Serghei Spivac takes out Waldo Cortes-Acosta via submission. Ju Sang Yu is able to get past Jeka, Saragih. Azmat Murzakanov knocks out Brenson Ribeiro. Killian Salkild gets past Yanal Ashmuz. Markel Medeiros is able to eke out a decision against the strong wrestler and Mark Choinsky. And Chaos Williams gets the knockout of the night in the very first fight against Andreas Gustafsson. Those are my full card picks for UFC 316. If you guys want to see who I'm betting on, I dropped a couple hefty ones. Those are over on the premium channel. Just DM at Mike Finch Show on Instagram. My guy T will get you in there. You could also DM me at Mike Finch MMA anytime. Leave comments. I like to respond to comments. And if you got nothing to say, leave a W in the chat. Always super helpful. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. And I'll talk to you guys for a minute. I do got to go get the fuck out of here. My wife and I are going to go see a show tonight in Los Angeles. What up, Paku? What up, Junior Mafia? What up, Mike D? What up, Zach Riffs? It's going to be a great fight night. Let's get it. I hope so, man. I hope so. I love how Patchy came back to make championship weight. You guys saw that? He's ready to fucking fill in the main event. He's like, what? 30, 36 or 35 point whatever? No, let me take these fucking drawers off. He made championship weight just in case to keep this fight card fire. What's good? Farmer Lil Merab all day. I see you, Zach. Does Sean have a chance at TKO? Yes, he does. Absolutely. Absolutely, he does. Finch on the baby Jeters. Hernandov, you do know my secret. I was just looking at him in my fucking glove box in my car today. Don't pull me over. I'm not smoking them while I'm driving. Okay, it's at the destination. Okay. Michael Finch, what up, dog? Johnny, did you use my full name? That's what my mother says when she's upset with me. Michael? Oh, shit. What'd I do? It is peace and love, Hernandov. We're almost there. Merab by Walls of Jericho. I was like banned from watching pro wrestling as a kid. I've heard of Walls of Jericho. I still don't even know what you're talking about. I know the People's Elbow. I know a couple from my stupid friends. But I was like banned from watching wrestling. My dad was like, this is fake. This is for a bad word for gay people. It's my dad talking, okay? Not me. Wang gonna get smoked. 6 pounds is huge. Not having to cut that weight, she's gonna have a huge advantage. Johnny, I hear you. That is one possibility. Another possibility is that she fucking tore her groin and she's no, I shouldn't say she's pregnant. That's crazy. Chill, Mike. I need to chill the fuck out. I'm being too funny. But you know, what's going on? It's like you have to ask yourself, why did she decide not to cut weight? Something's going on. What is it? Finch, when AJ asked you about Bruce Lee movies, it wasn't anything to do with him doing MMA, but just intrigued to know if you'd seen Fist of Fury and favorite movies. You should watch Fist of Fury. No, I've seen Enter the Dragon, and I've seen a little bit of one more with Judo Jean LaBelle in it. I've been known to be a bit of a Bruce Lee hater. I don't really mean to hate, like it's love, because he made martial arts so popular in the United States, and you know, is a solid philosopher, and you know, really sharp and fantastic. It's beautiful to watch the martial arts and the speed that he moves with and the balance. It's beautiful to watch. But people take that data and they go, oh, he would be a UFC champion. Oh, he is this world-class fighter. Hard pause. He's not a fighter. Bruce Lee is not a fighter. Bruce Lee is an actor. He's a movie star. He's a martial artist. He's a philosopher. But in order to be a fighter, you have to fight. And if you go look up Bruce Lee's fights, it's like Chinese boxing, which is not what you're thinking if you only watch Queensberry Rules. It's like, you know, demonstrations. Like he could have gone and done Vale Tudo fights. Could have fucking flown to Brazil and fought where they do kicks to nuts and eye gouging and all that shit. Yeah, you could do all that shit. Go ahead. You know, early UFCs were crazy too. But he didn't do that. And power to him. I'm not even asking him to, but you guys can't say he's the best fighter or something. That's where I start ranting on Bruce Lee. Maybe I could watch more movies. It's all love. What, Merab look bad at weigh-ins? I don't think so. Merab did look bad, really? He always looks like that, guys. He's got the fucking sunken in cheeks. Georgian. I don't know. What those motherfuckers look like. Yeah, people are chilling. Justice for Jose. Let's go, Patchy. Let's go. Unified rules allowed at this event. No 12-6 elbows and grounded opponent rule with one hand is there again now. Huh? Really? Gotta look that up. He's gonna be looking fresh after time off. I hope so, guys. I agree, Finch. Can't see the confidence in Spivac and Van at that price. I like fight doesn't go in the Van fight to get both of their finishing upside. Also, Bruno inside distance, decision, no action. Paku, you're a smart man, but I actually do have a bet in that area. Zip. My boy Finch, do you think Waldo can get the knockout? I think he could get a ground and pound. I mean, at heavyweight, yeah, fuck yeah. Any of these heavyweights can knock each other out. And whereas Waldo could box, but generally speaking, Jack Talon, no. Like generally speaking, where's Waldo's not some like one punch knockout type guy, and Serghei Spivac's takedowns are great. He's big, great. His takedowns are good. His ground game is solid, you know, and he's a finisher too. No, if anybody's finishing the fight on the ground, I think it's Serghei Spivac, bro. Yeah, Waldo does look big as fuck though. I like the energy at weigh-ins too. How would prime TJ Dillashaw versus Sean O'Malley go, and what are Dillashaw's chances against Merab? Very interesting. Dillashaw's got more weapons than Sugar Sean. Sugar Sean's got them hands on him, man. Sugar Sean could put people away. So I do think that that's a fucking great fight. I like that fight a lot. Dillashaw wasn't a clean athlete, unfortunately. So there's that. I think that helped a lot. But man, when he was with Bang Muay Thai and he was putting those crazy long combinations together and, you know, beating the fuck on a head and brow and all those guys, TJ Dillashaw looked fantastic. Dillashaw's chances against Merab, you know, I think Merab's due to be KO'd. Like, somebody should do it, right? You can see, like, anybody who's been boxing and kickboxing for years can see the holes, right? I'm watching where he plants his feet and he's vulnerable for counter shots. You could see it. He's not moving his head very well when he's throwing, right? When he's throwing straight shots, he actually looks good, but he gets in moments where he'll hack a shot out there and he deserves to be countered. And motherfuckers just can't do it because they're tired and they're like, he just shot 20 times on me. I need a moment, you know? So can TJ put him away? Yes, but I'd pick Merab over TJ. I would. W stream, can't wait for Luque fight. Me either, bro. Finch, can I borrow $40? No. Spivac will get that submission. I hope so. Spivac's the man. What does Drew Dober have to do with this? Lipski didn't look stressed at the weigh-in. W-A-Y-N. I think she did a strategic weight miss. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. All right, we got a pay-per-view ahead of us. It's UFC 316. The card is pretty stacked top to bottom. I think we got a lot of fun fights. I think we got some finishes on our hands. I'm super excited for it. I just gave you guys my full card picks. If you want to see my 5 most confident picks, go check them out over on the channel. I know my thumbnail's fucked up. My boy Jonathan's going to be back on it next week. Thank you, Jonathan. The thumbnails are terrible because I made them. I will be, well, I don't know. I might add one more play to premium. We'll see. We'll see if I decide to, because I've got a decent amount of money out already, and I'm pretty confident in what I put out there. But if you guys want my bets, go check out Premium Channel. DM at Mike Finch Show on Instagram. We'll get you in there. And then I always throw a free bet out. That's over on my Telegram. Link in the description. I appreciate you guys being here. And I think it was Hernandez who said it earlier. Until next time, it's peace and love.